go. Well, hello everyone. Happy Friday. This is Jennifer Sinceri, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator located in Elk Grove, California. And it is Fantastic Friday. So that means I am here with you to make some fun cards. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you are planning something fun for the weekend, that you get to do something relaxing and fun. Once you come on to the live or the replay, would you please go ahead and comment and let me know that you're here? I always like to interact with people, whether it's live or afterwards on the replay. You will find this video for a while on my Facebook business page at Stamping with Jennifer Sinceri. But I do download all of my videos and I post them onto my YouTube channel, which is under the same name. So please make sure that you follow me here on Facebook, and then also follow me on YouTube so that you don't miss out on any videos. And also, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, would you please give me a thumbs up or a heart and just share the love on this video? That means that more people will get to see this. Okay, hi Holly, how are you? Happy weekend. If you are not already on my email list, I really would encourage you to shoot me a personal message and send me your email so that I can include you on my distribution list and give you information on all my events. I do monthly classes in person. I'm also planning a very fun summer retreat, and I'm offering 2 different dates. So you'll want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of those items. Also, I post things about promotions and sales, or when I am hosting a sale, getting rid of retired products. Okay, so you'll want to do that. My next in-person class is actually next weekend, so Saturday, April 5th at 9 a.m. or there's another class at 1 p.m. That way I can accommodate more people. Would you please message me if you would like to come? My classes cost $20, which is very affordable, and we make 5 handmade cards. You get to pick from several different designs, and it's a lot of fun. I do all the hard work. You just need to bring your adhesives and basic tools. Okay? And then this is my host code for March, which we only have a couple more days left. If you're going to place an order of $150, under $150, you'll want to use this host code, because then I can claim the host rewards, and I use those for prizes and giveaways. But if you're going to place an order that's $150 or more, don't use the host code. Now, our host rewards are changing next month, and so that's super exciting for you. All right. And then I also just want to encourage you. We have a monthly subscription box, and it is called Paper Pumpkin. These are the next 3 kits. You get a little sneak peek of the next 3 kits that are coming for April, May, and June. And so you'll want to go to the Stampin' Up! Website and click on Paper Pumpkin. They I believe they're about $25, which includes the shipping. And that gets you a stamp set, an ink spot, and all the consumables. It's a great price point. You just pay a little extra for the tax. All right? And then these are all my classes for the entire year. So November is actually not the 8th. It's going to be the 1st. You'll want to keep that for your own records. You can also find this graphic on my on my business page under the featured section. All right, currently we have 2 catalogs. This is our spring mini catalog. And then we have our annual catalog, and this annual catalog will be retiring fairly soon. It's retiring, I can't exactly remember the date, May 3rd, something around there. All right. And I've already seen the new catalog. There's some exciting things coming our way. There's a lot more scrapbooking supplies if you are a scrapbooker, and lovely, lovely supplies if you are a card maker. Now, we don't have everything that we sell in catalogs, so there's only so much space that we can accommodate in a catalog. But there are so many more products online. So I strongly encourage you to make sure that you make an online account if you haven't already done so. And then you can shop all products, whether they're in catalogs or an online exclusive. Hi Sharon, how are you? I hope you had fun at On Stage. I am already trying to encourage my team to plan to go to the next On Stage. It's in California this year in Long Beach. So we have a whole year to save up for that. I hope you had a fun time. Holly, did you end up going to On Stage? On Stage is a demonstrator exclusive event. It's like a convention, and you go and you have so much fun. I've been a demonstrator now for 7 years, and that was the first On Stage I've ever missed, and I was so sad. But it is what it is, right? So they get to go and play with new products and see how to use some of the new products. They talk business. They just have fun. They have a great time. So tonight I'm going to play with a stamp set that I think gets overlooked a lot. It has some really great sentiments, and it's called Grateful Blessing. This is only $20. A great price. Sharon says On Stage was so fun. I have been perusing all of the different posts on social media, and definitely it looks like it was a blast. So you'll have to share with me some of the fun things that you enjoyed and any secret tidbits that you can share with me. All right, so this has a great font. If you can see, it has a lovely cursive font. And I just feel like this is a very encouraging stamp set, and then very simple 2 flower images, and this is a fill-in for it. So we're going to play with this stamp set, and I am highlighting the 24-26 in colors. So we have Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. These were launched with the annual catalog that is soon to be retiring, but we get these colors for 1 more year, and oh my goodness, you better stock up on these, because these colors are just scrumptious. They are so summery and springy. Now this is a 6x6, and you get 48 sheets of paper. No, I'm sorry, you get 40 sheets of paper, and it's a repeating design. Okay, you'll see the same designs on all the colors. But it's great. It's so easy to work with 6x6 paper. At first, I didn't know that I would like 6x6 paper, but actually, it's a lot of fun. And I'm going to show you tonight, just with prices increasing on some things, I have very little waste of paper. I actually have used all the cardstock. And then these are my scraps that are left over that I'm going to use on other cards. I'm not going to throw these away, but I am going to show you how to minimize the waste of DSP. I don't know about you, but I am constantly saving scraps, and then I never use them. They sit in a tub and take up space. And I am trying more and more to use my scraps. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Carolyn. Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, so let's get started. And if we're lucky, we're going to make, let's see, 6 cards tonight. Yep, I know, 6 cards. So a couple are fun folds. And they're very simple layouts. So I am a big advocate for simple, yet I love layers and I love to add texture. Kelly has come to my classes, Carolyn's come to my classes. They know what type of cards I make. I don't do simple, flat types of cards. If you've been following me for a while, you can see that I use a lot of die cuts and I use layers in my cards and texture. But these are very simple layouts that are easy. When I say simple, I don't mean boring, okay? But they're easy to use and they can be adapted with any DSP. DSP stands for Designer Series Paper. So this color is the Summer Splash. I'm trying to remember. Is it? Is it? Yes, it is. There's the ink pad. I always get this one confused with the Shy Shamrock because it does look a little bit more green. Hi, Sharon. I'm glad you're back. Okay, so when you have a piece of paper or cardstock, there's two ways that you can cut it. All right, let me grab one that I haven't cut yet, just so that our beginners will know what I'm talking about. And that way you can recognize very little waste, okay? So you can cut, here's a piece of cardstock. You can cut your paper in half this way and get 2 card bases, or you can cut it this way and get 2 card bases, all right? So cardstock is going up in price in the new catalog. Ironically, we don't have a lot of paper mills in the United States that create paper up to Stampin' Up standards. Now, I have purchased cardstock online and in craft stores, and I do agree that Stampin' Up has the best cardstock. I do buy some white cardstock in bulk online just to help with money, but it is still not the same weight, and so I can't use it for card bases. I can only really use it for die cutting. So I'm just letting you know that's why our prices are going up, because there's just not a lot of paper mills right now that are producing to our level, okay? But paper, it's still, if you are frugal and you are smart and you pay attention to what you're doing, you aren't going to waste your paper, right? And if you're like me, when I cut out dies, I save my scraps and then I use those for sentiments as well. Well, hello, Miss Lori. How are you? So we've got people all over, and here in the Sacramento Valley, we had a little bit of rain today, and I believe we were in the 50s and 60s. We had one day this week where we were in the 80s, believe it or not. So we went from 80s back to the 60s. So you could go with either side. I'm going to go with this side because I feel like it has more color. This has more white, and I really want that rich color, so we're going to use that layer. Now, each layer is just 1/4 of an inch smaller, all right? So when you're cutting your layers, you just cut them 1/4 of an inch smaller for each one, okay? So simple layout, right? We've done this so many times. Now, I'm gonna snazz it up a little bit. And let me show you something. So that piece, here's the second card. Remember I said you're going to get 2 card bases out of 1 piece of paper, right? Can you guys see okay? So this piece right here was from here. Okay, so this is a standard card base, nothing fancy about it. This one, I cut a strip off, and we're going to do just a fun little technique or fun fold on this one. So this was left over. I trimmed it, I ran it through an embossing folder, and then we're going to use it on this card. Okay, and that is going to add some texture to our card. Makes it a little more interesting. And I am using Stampin' Seal Plus. This is my adhesive of choice. You can use liquid glue, you can use Stampin' Seal, whatever you like. Now I'm just going to place this somewhere in the middle. And like I said, this is a simple layout that can be adapted for any designer series paper. So use that scrap, don't throw it away, okay? I'm going to hold it up so you can see the texture of that embossing folder. Isn't that just lovely? Okay. Then we're going to do our stamping. Now this is going to go in the middle. That's our layout. Super duper easy. All right, so let's see. Lovely sentiments on this one. This says, "You're such a blessing." All right. But I also want to get a flower or something fun on here. All right. So I think we're going to do that. And then let's do our sentiment first, because I want to make sure we have enough room for all the letters. All right. I think my thumb just went in the ink pad. Yeah, just a slight bit. All right. We're going to move it over as much as we can without going into this fun detail. Nice even pressure. I love this embossing folder. It's one of my favorites. Okay, now we're going to go monochromatic. That's a fancy word for saying everything's the same color. All right, so my Summer Splash ink pad, which I think I just literally took the wrapping off. Isn't that embarrassing? I have not used this ink pad yet. And we're just going to stamp this cutie pie on the edge. Okay. A little bit of greenery. Isn't that pretty? Simple and easy. Does not have to be complicated. All right, now this is my favorite ribbon. If you're on a budget, which who isn't, right? I would strongly suggest going with neutral ribbon. Okay, go with white ribbon because it will go with anything. And you can also, this one's sheer, but we have some other white ribbons that are iridescent, or some of them can actually be colored with your Stampin' Blend markers, okay? So if you're on a budget, this is one way that you can stretch your money. Buy some ribbon that will go with all your colors, okay? So a little tip, little money saving tip there. I am Miss Frugal, let me tell you. I was raised going to garage sales and thrift stores, and I am not ashamed to stretch my money if needed. All right. I love a good deal and a sale. I try and shop. I try and do Christmas shopping year round. I'm one of those people. I have a closet in our spare room, and I just put the Christmas presents back in there, and I think I want to put it in the middle. Let's put it on this side so we see our beautiful foliage there. And we're going to pop this puppy up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. All right, so Stampin' Dimensionals are just double-sided foam tape, and they make our cards not boring. It gives it more dimension. That's why they're called dimensionals. I know, I sound super smart, huh? All right, and I am using what's called, I always call it U-Pick tool, and I think it's called something different, but it's got different attachments. You don't have to go crazy with your Stampin' Dimensionals because they work so well. You don't need to put a whole perimeter around your shape. I usually do 3 or 4, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then we're going to grab a glue dot. I always use glue dots for my ribbon, for my bows. And this one is slightly bigger, so I just use my nail and I just move it around so that it's hiding. and we don't see it. Okay. And then we're going to add some sparkle. These are our basic rhinestones, and they come in 3 sizes, and you get a bazillion. Not really. You get 140. But they're, I think, the cheapest embellishment we have. They're $6 for 140 of these guys. Crazy. All right, so we're going to put one there. Whenever I do embellishments, I like to do odd numbers because it's more pleasing to the eye. And I like to do triangles, all right? So what I mean by a triangle, think of it like a constellation, okay? So you can make shapes with the stars when you look in the sky. So think of it the same way, okay? I'm making a triangle with the 3 points, the 3 embellishments, okay? Take your pick tool. Yeah, I always call it you pick tool, but it's take your pick tool. Thank you, Sharon. All right, so there is our first card. Now, one more thing that I could add to this to make it even better is we have a glitter pen, and it's called Wink of Stella. This was the first thing I bought at a Stampin' Up! Party as a customer because I love bling. And it is an iridescent clear glitter. I kind of think of it like pixie dust. Like Tinkerbell came and just, I don't know, dusted my card with pixie dust. So I'm just adding some on this foliage. It dries clear. Just be careful because it can make your colors bleed. So I'm just going real lightly, you know, just adding a little bit of sparkle. It's hard to see where you guys are at, but when you see it in person, it's lovely. Okay, I'll try and hold it. You can see a little bit of sparkle there. Okay, there's our first card. Super duper easy, right? Now, and that texture on that embossing folder, I think that's the star. So we're going to do our inside. And again, this says, you're such a blessing. And then I think what I'm going to say is, thank you for your prayers on the inside. When you have someone who is praying for you, that is such a blessing, right? My mom prays for us as a family every day. She just turned 77. And she is not very mobile. And so she wants to be useful, and she will sit with my dad and they pray. They have a whole list of things and people that they pray about, and they pray for us as a family every single day. And so I am so appreciative for that. And I am probably going to mail her this card. So I am just pressing really hard because my ink pad needs to be re-inked, I'm noticing. And I want that nice, even black color. All right, now let's put that foliage in a corner. There we go. And there's the inside of my card. It is such a huge blessing. Absolutely. I do love this font. It's a beautiful cursive. It's so funny. My kids struggle reading cursive. My mom only writes in cursive. She would handwrite us letters and cards, but her arthritis has gotten a little bit bad in her hands, so she's not doing it as much. But she only writes in cursive, and the kids can't read her cards or letters, so I have to translate for them. But I've noticed that cursive is a lost art. I teach cursive to my 5th graders, and they struggle. I try and write in cursive every day on the board so that they will get used to reading it. All right, that's our first card. Now, we're going to make the other card using the other half of that cardstock, so we're not wasting paper, right? So I think sometimes we say, oh, I need to make a card, and we cut our paper, and then we have this other sheet of cardstock, and then do we use it? Not always. All right, notice how my card base is kind of up like that. You want to use your bone folder and burnish your crease, and now it lays nice and flat. That's what these guys are for, okay? So this dimension, just so you know, this is a 2 by 5 and a quarter, I believe. Or I might have done it a little bit smaller. I think I did some 1/8 in there. Yep. All right, so we're going to put that on here. Where's my adhesive? There it went. Okay. I've had cards fall apart on me. Now I'm opening this because I don't want to get any adhesive on that flap, because that's going to be the inside of my card, which it would get covered up by my white piece that I put in there, but I'm a little picky and I'm just doing this so I don't get adhesive any place I don't want it. Okay. Is cursive still taught in school? It actually was brought back by the governor, and so yes, we're supposed to teach cursive. Is everyone doing it? I don't know. All right, these are those perennial postage dies, right? So let me show you something. Okay, I have a little tote. It's kind of messy right now, but as you can see, I will sit and just cut a bunch of different dies. This is a Dollar Tree one, and it has little slots. I probably would take this lid off because obviously I'm not using the lid, and this needs to be cleaned up a bit. But you want something that's got slots in it for your different dies. Okay, so I have these done, and then I just pull what I need when I'm creating. So when you're watching a movie, I just will start cutting out dies that I can use for future card making, and it just makes it go faster. All right, so I pulled one of these, and then this is another sheet that I used for a scrap, okay, and we're going to have a little bit of white border all the way around, okay? So let's get this kiddo put down, and let's make sure I want to use do I want to use this side, or do I want to use the other side? Let me look at it one more time. I think I want to do the other side. And I'm trying to remember what this was for. What was this for? Pfft. I'm losing it, you guys. The brain cells are like slowly dying off. Talk to a teacher when it's been rainy day weather and the kids don't get out to go play. We're kind of frazzled by the end of the day. Okay, we're going to go like that, and we need our insert too, so our insert's going to go there. I can't remember what this was for, doggone it. I don't know what that's for. Oh well. Now I can go this way, or we could go this way. And I have this tiny little sliver, so I might even put that down here. Or might put it down here. I don't know. We could use it. And it's the same pattern as this, so it helps tie it in. So I'm going to use liquid glue on that, because I can just put a couple little dots. This tonight is about being frugal, not wasting, and showing you guys how you can have pretty cards and they don't have to be complicated. Okay, Now, if you don't have a pair of tweezers, you can get them, I'm going to have to trim it, you can get them at a hardware store, craft store. We don't sell tweezers that I'm aware of. I think we have the reverse ones, and they come with the embossing kit when you do wet embossing. I don't care for the reverse ones. I don't know. Do you guys like them? They're a little weird for me. All right, I'm thinking I'm going to pop this up. Now I'm going to lay it like this, and I'm going to go a little heavier on my Stampin' Dimensionals this time, because I want it to have a little more strength. I don't know what that piece of paper was for. Maybe it was just, maybe it got in there when it wasn't supposed to. Sharon, you love the reverse tweezers? All right, now I'm going to make sure this is my little thing, because sometimes I'll do these cards and then I got to make sure this is straight. I'm going to use my glass mat to help me. Ta-da! Is it straight? I think it looks slightly crooked. I always think my eyeballs are crooked. Sometimes I just don't know. All right, we're going to stamp that, and then we're going to stamp this. Now, what do we want this one to say? I think I'm going to do the flowers on the inside this time, but I think I'm going to put the flowers over here because I don't want them to show with this fun element that we're doing. Okay, so we're going to put our flowers over here. And we're going to do this in black. Now, this one we're not going to do green flowers. We'll do a different color. Okay. Okay. Move that over. And then I need, do you want to do Petunia Pop or Pretty in Pink with this? You guys tell me, which one do you want to do for the flower inserts? While you do that, I am going to look at my sentiment. Let me know which color are we doing for the flower. Pretty in Pink. I got one vote for Pretty in Pink. I guess that's what we'll go with. All right. Let's move this out of the way. I love this pink. Ooh, 2 votes for Pretty in Pink. Okay. I would say I love this pink, and I really do like Bubble Bath as well as a pink. Sure did come out with some awesome pinks. I'm going to miss this pink. Oh, I got pink right there. I'm going to need to use, I'll show you a little trick to get rid of that. Sharon said pretty. Oh, wow, you guys all said Pretty in Pink. Look at that. Okay, there's our insides. That showed pretty well, showed up pretty well. Let me grab a pen. And color in our leaves. Do, do, do. One of my students said, Mrs. Sunseri, I follow you on YouTube. I said, you do? He said, yeah, you do some pretty cool stuff. I had to laugh. I'm like, wow. Okay, there's that. Oh, let me show you how to get rid of unwanted ink smudges. I think I've shared this with you before. Always keep some emery boards in your craft room. All right, and you're going to use that to sand off. You're just breaking down the fibers of the paper. I strongly suggest using one that doesn't have a lot of color on it, just because I feel like sometimes this one's a little smoother. There we go. Just smooth it. It's kind of like using sandpaper, and that helps. All right, let's put this cutie pie inside. 4 corners, and then 2 parts in those long middle. I think I must have ink on my glass mat or something, because I'm getting messy tonight. Getting messy. All right. And see, I did make a boo-boo. It's lower here and high, needs to be more up. Okay, now this is going to go here, but let's put a flower. So we're going to do where did it go? I did have my silicone mat. I actually found it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. And it's got lost again. All right, so we're just going to get our flowers. We're not going to get it all, I don't think. Okay, and then isn't it pretty? I don't like that though. I'm gonna have to do a little card surgery after I'm done and move it. But it is what it is. I'm picky. All right, and let's color this little leaf. Okay, and it looks like I'm going to color that little guy right there. I think that's part of the... Yeah, I think that this stamp set has been ignored. It's really an awesome stamp set. It's only $20, and it has some great sentiments. And a basic flower that you can use on so many, different layouts. It's really more the star of the stamp set are the sentiments, and then you've got a basic image that you can use. Hi, Gail. All right, now because we have so much white on this one, I'm going to pull some pretty and pink ribbon. So let me do that to tie the flowers in. Okay. So I just make 2 bunny ears, cross them over, under, and pull. And then I fuss with it. Everyone says, how do you do your bows? I don't know. I just do it. I just do it. Oops. There we go. It is a pretty card, isn't it? The white really makes the color crisp, and just pop. Very springy. When I am in the privacy of my craft room, when I am not live to the world, I'm going to move it up a little bit so it'll be better centered. But I'm not going to bore you with card surgery. Alright, so there's my bow. And let's get some bling on there. Some bling bling. Maybe we'll do them up here on this side. Okay, there's that. Ta-da! Cute, huh? Super duper cute. Alright, so I hope you're thinking, like, getting a couple ideas on some fun layouts that you can use. Okay, alright, so here's Petunia Pop. This is such a fun color too, isn't it? And we're going to go with our white layer. Then I took a piece of this layer, right? And we're going to flip one side, okay? That's one of the fun things about having double-sided patterned paper, is that a lot of times it's color coordinated and you can use both sides. Oh, you can use both sides on the, what the heck? On the, oh gosh, is this one ending? Is that what's going on? Dude, you're making me look bad in front of people. Come on. There we go. Good grief. Alright, I have to sometimes slow down with adhesive. It can be temperamental. Alright, let's do this. Slow down. I think it's getting, oh no, there's quite a lot there. There we go. Ooh, but I am getting hot now because I got flustered. Good grief, giving me hot flashes. Alright. Yeah, look at my nail polish. Sometimes it's so funny how when I'm looking for nail polish colors and I'll think about our colors, it's kind of funny. Or I don't even mean it, but sometimes when I'm in there, I end up picking nail polish that matches what I'm wearing that day. And I don't match my nail polish to what I'm wearing. You know, I'm obviously not going to wear the same color all week. But that's why I don't really do blues and greens on my nails, just because I feel really weird when I don't know. I'm kind of funny about that. I think I do blue like 4th of July, and that's about it. Now Carolyn, she's watching, and she does fun colors on her nails. She's braver than I am. Okay. Ooh, I tell ya, hot flash, man. Now, we've done You Are Loved. This one is going to be too long. I think we're going to put that one on the inside. So we're going to have to go with another one of these big ones. So maybe let's do Thank You for Your Prayers on the outside of this card. All right, so this was the same paper. You just flipped it to get the other side. Do I teach my 5th graders how to make cards? We actually do cards for Mother's Day. And sometimes we'll get a Christmas card in. It just depends. But I always do it for Mother's Day. They do a card for Christmas, but it's not usually Stampin' Up stuff. It's usually a letter on the inside that they write. Doesn't look like my prayers are inked well. So I do a card, and it has die cuts usually on the outside, and then they handwrite a letter on the inside, because I'm a mom and those are like my most treasured things that the kids have made when they were in school. That, you know, letters or cards and Christmas ornaments that they've made. Okay, we're going to pop that. I don't think we're going to have room for a stamp on this one. I mean, I could maybe put a couple little leaves. Maybe we could do that. Okay. I'm going out of my comfort zone. That's not bad. I'm going to stop though. So I didn't, you know, when you've got a stamp, you don't have to put the whole image on your piece that you're using. Just get a little bit on there so you get some color, right? That's not bad. Okay. How are we doing on time? What time is it? Ooh, I gotta hurry up. I don't like to go longer than an hour for you guys, because you're like, when is she gonna be done? Okay. And where's my, I'm gonna need, let's go with the sheer and silver. Yeah, you could stamp off and put it in the background. I've done that too. Yep. You guys know though that I get a general idea when I'm creating, but oftentimes I don't have time to make my samples first and then do another one with you guys. So that's why a lot of times I'm just kind of making it as I go. So I have a general idea and then I kind of just go with it. Hi Gail from Arkansas. How are you, friend? I hope you guys are doing well. Gonna move that a little bit angled so we can see prayers. And excuse me, let's get our bling. But get those little backs off. I must have used all the middle-sized shapes, the medium ones. That's funny. I always end up having a bunch of the small ones. All right, I'm not going to do the inside on this one because I'm trying to hurry to get to all the cards. All right. Now this one, I don't know. This was like I was reaching for the stars on this one. This one's kind of weird, out of my comfort zone, but I was expecting. Oh, sorry, I was reading Gail's comment. I was trying to come up with something different. Okay, so what did I do? I just put a score line and then folded this down. Okay. This one's going to be a little weird. I don't even know what this is called. I made it up. So you guys can help me. You can come up with a name for this card. I have no idea what to call this thing. All right, so we're going to use a piece of DSP on the inside. Okay. Then, so what I did was I just cut a piece of white and I cut the triangle off. All right, which I'm going to use on this side. And it's got a little fudge right here. Like, it's not perfect, but that's not going to show because this is going to be folded over. Okay, so let me put some adhesive on this one. Lori says, no worries. I like to watch you create. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I know sometimes people are like, she talks too much. You know, I know I've kind of been guilty of that too. Sometimes I'll watch a video and go, just get to the project. I just want to see the project. You guys ever feel like that sometimes? All right, I think we're going to do, yes, this is the side we want. So then I just cut another piece, and it's not perfect, and that's okay with my dimensions. I just want a little bit of white on these three sides because this is not going to show, okay? So don't panic. It's not worth the wrinkles. A corner fold, okay? Gail says corner fold. Oops. I gotta do it this way so I can make sure that this is evenly distributed with white. There. All right, now we're gonna glue this down. See how that yucky part got covered up? Now, make sure you adhere this one pretty good. We don't want this coming apart. And Stampin' Seal Plus is a nice, strong adhesive. Okay. So this guy was the other piece of that white. And this guy was the other piece of that. So I'm not wasting... I'm using those scraps. Come on. Good at creating on the fly. Well, you guys see me make mistakes. You guys have seen it. Or I'll make something like, I don't really like it. And then I fix it when nobody's watching. But, you know, I'm just not home during the day. School gets out at, or I finish, school gets out at 2:30, but I can't leave till 3. And then I come home. And that means I've got a little bit of time, as long as nobody bothers me, to come up with something. Okay. Come on, work with me here. I will say, Stampin' Seal Plus is not always forgiving. This was probably better to do liquid glue on this piece, because you have a little more wiggle room. All right, so there's that. And this is going to go on the inside. All right, now see how that shows? We're going to cover it up with that. All right, so I need a smaller sentiment. All right. You guys are so fun. I love stamping with you guys. I wish we could all be in the same room stamping together. That would be so much fun. Hi, Angie. Welcome. Happy Friday, friend. I definitely wish we could all be in the same room together. All right. Let's ink this cutie and move it up a little bit. All right, like I said, you don't have to get the whole have a rhinestone on my block. I don't have to get that whole image on there. Yes, Gail from, oh my gosh, look what I just did. Criminally. Criminally. Here, let me grab a, all your compliments are getting to my head. Alright. Baby wipes to the rescue. Alright, push that to the side. We want, nope, that way. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a cramp in my toe. Good grief. I woke up last night and had to get out of bed. Do you guys get Charlie horses? I haven't had a Charlie horse in a while, but my toes were cramping. I think I haven't drank enough water the last 2 days. You're hearing about all my personal issues. Alright, getting those little leaves colored, and let's color this piece, which I think I need to go back on another card and do, because I was like, what is that? Did I miss it? Ugh, you can tell you're getting old when you start getting all these cramps. Man, let me tell you. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to pop this one, because I want it to cover my piece on the inside, okay? So we're just going to, let me look at this one more time. I don't want to put anything past, we'll just do, okay, how is it? I'm eyeballing it. Oh my gosh, my brain doesn't want to work. Now watch, I do it wrong. Did I do it right? Yes. Yes, I did it right. Okay. Now, if you do get any adhesive on there, then there's these really cool gummy erasers. Get them at the Dollar Tree, and then you can get off any adhesive that is on there. But it looks like I did it okay. Okay. But I'm getting ink because there's a little, but we can cover that up with rhinestones possibly. All right, now we're going to stamp something on this. It says, "You are loved." And I think this is too long for this. So I'm just going to leave it blank, but let's put something pretty on the inside. Okay? And we'll just put some of this. Okay? And then we have a, oh my Lanta! Look at what I just did! Oh. Lordy, lordy. All right, there we go. Good grief. I gotta wash my hands. Goodness gracious. All right, now I'm gonna hold it and eyeball it. Okay. There we go. Cutie patootie. All right, maybe I need to take some magnesium. Well, I do try and eat a banana every day, and you know what? I didn't eat a banana today. Maybe that's why. Goodness gracious. Inky fingers. I like the sheer ribbon too because the stamp shows through. That's nice. That I can put it centered and it doesn't cover up the image. So I'm gonna put a little bling right there because I got some ink there that I don't want. That's why we have embellishments. Okay, there's our funky fold card. All right, corner fold, Gail said. All right, we've got 2 left. 2 left. All right. This one is just going to open this way. So I think we forget to do cards that way sometimes. You can see that I'm not doing anything complicated. Except the one I just did. That one I think is the most complicated. All right, we're going to do a white layer. This is Pretty in Pink. It is my favorite pink. I do not want this color to retire next year. I'm going to buy a lot of this cardstock because I love this color. Love, love, love it. All right, took a scrap and we're going to put that here, and then took a scrap and we're going to put embossing on the bottom. Look at that. Okay, so I was just using up pieces and then I'm just cutting them to fit. So I'm not cutting into more sheets of designer series paper unless I absolutely have to. And I'm using up all the cardstock. So I think this piece, well, I'll show it to you. So this piece is from this card that we're going to do. Okay, so I just cut it and trimmed it, and then we're going to use it here. So no waste. Now, because it has texture, you want to make sure that it is well adhered. That's a cool word, isn't it? Adhered. All right. Can't get my nails to work. So we can go this way or we can go this way. I think I'm going to go this way because none of my cards open that way, and we'll just do something different. All right. Now, again, I don't think this one's going to fit. It's too long, but you know what? I think we're going to put that one on the inside this time. And I'm going to do a You Are Loved on this one. And that way I have more room for my flowers. You are loved, and then the inside's going to say, I'm grateful for you. Ooh, see the black? We don't want that to get on our paper. So grab your baby wipe and make sure you just check your blocks every so often, because that ink is not your friend. I'm trying to figure out when the next color refresh is going to be. Because wouldn't it be awesome if they brought Pretty in Pink into permanent color line? I would be happy with that. All right, let's do our flowers. Yes, boho blue, I totally agree, Holly. I am not happy that color is retiring. I love that blue. Ooh, I want to use my other end because I feel like I'm going to make a mistake. I'm standing, and I normally sit when I'm making with you guys, so I don't know why. I think I just never made the time to sit. It helps me when I'm standing. It helps me to make sure that I am in your view so you can see better. When I am sitting, I can't always tell. That might have been why. What do I think of the new in colors? You know, at first when I saw pictures from on stage, I was like, what? But now that I've actually seen some better pictures with better lighting, I'm actually very intrigued. I think Stampin' Up! Is genius with their color combinations. I really do. They put colors together that I never would have thought of putting together. And it's not that all of these colors have to be put together, but I think there's going to be so much that you can do with them. The cloudy, I don't know them by heart yet. The cloudy one that we can't get the ink yet, I think that paper, I think you're going to be able to do a whole lot with that. And then the other dark one, it almost, to me, and Sharon, you can correct me if I'm wrong because you saw it in person. It almost looks like an evergreen. You remember our evergreen that we had? So is it a blue green? A really, really dark blue green? I'm really intrigued. Like, I think that there's going to be some pretty stuff that we're going to be able to do with it. Sharon says she really likes them. I trust Sharon. If Sharon says she likes them, then I guess I'm going to like them. Because I think we don't have anything like them. So I'm actually kind of excited. At first I was like, what is this? And now with better lighting, I think it's going to be amazing. All right, now I'm going to add a little Wink Castell on this one. I did it on a couple others, but I'm just going to, I think I forgot to do it on the other one. I did it on one, but I'm going to add a little bit of pixie dust. Yeah, it's not a black color, and it's not Night of Navy either. I thought it was like, at first, I thought, that's just so close to Night to Navy. And then when I saw a comparison of the two, I was like, it is totally not Night of Navy. So I'm really intrigued. I haven't placed an order yet because I'm going to save it to try and meet my sales incentive for April. So I haven't ordered yet. Okay, now the last one. So this card, I've done this type of card before, okay, where you cut off like 2-inch strip. So then I took all the scraps that I had and I made them fit on here and I ran them through an embossing folder. Okay, so isn't that fun? Use up the scraps and then put some texture on it. Okay, so we're going to do that. Although when I did it, I did the embossing folder backwards. So, oopsie. But maybe you wouldn't have been able to tell if I didn't tell you. I was like, doggone it. Oh well. So Sharon, you're saying that the color is stunning? Wow. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a very dramatic color, and can be very elegant with the dark. Okay, oopsie, I did not burnish because it's not wanting to lay flat. So let's do that. Okay. Now, we are going to, I had another strip, and we're just going to glue that on this end. Well, thank you for sharing my video. Yes, if you haven't shared the video, please do that. That would be awesome. Thank you, Patricia. Share the video. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you have been enjoying this video. That would mean so much to me. All right, and then we're going to stamp. Doody-doo. Let's see. Doody-doody-doo. Let's move this over. Let's get our... Oh, I was going to put this one on the other one, but we'll put it on this one too. I'm grateful for you. I love the font. Don't put it in the black, Jennifer. Don't do that. All right, we're going to use this guy and just put it here. I might be doing too much. Yeah. When you start to doubt it, that's when you say, back away. Don't do it. So see how I've got a little bit of my sentiment showing? You put your die cut there and then you don't see it. Okay. And where's the "You Are Loved"? Let's do it on this side and we'll do the flower on the other side. Oh, I did it again. Gosh darn it. Getting all too excited. Too excited. Move that green away. It's getting me. I feel like my ink pad has given up. All right. Okay. I kind of like it on that side. Yeah, I really like this stamp set, you guys. $20 stamp set. Very economical. Awesome sentiments. And some great basic flowers. I love it. Just use dies that you already have. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive on this half. So the Stampin' Blends do bleed through, so if you wanted to, you could put another die here and then stamp something on that side, which I might do since this showed through. So if that happens and you don't like it, just cut another one and put it on top, okay? And let's get our bow, and then I'm going to show you all the cards, and you guys are going to tell me which one you love the most. So, very little excess. I tried to use, all the cardstock got used up. I had very little waste on cardstock. And then there's a couple pieces of DSP that I've cut that are left over, but not a whole lot of waste. I tried to be very frugal and use up pieces. Can I show the box of the stamp set? Yes. It is in the annual catalog that will soon be retiring. So I don't know that this is a carryover or not. It's a $20 stamp set, and it's called Grateful Blessings. I'll show it to you in just a minute. Let me get these rhinestones on here. I'll put it right there. Okie dokie. So the stamp set, Gail, is Grateful Blessing. Alright. So it has 7 stamps. 4 of them are sentiments. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for your prayers. You're such a blessing and you are loved. I love it. Alright, so here are the Pretty in Pink cards. Let me close this ink pad. And then our Petunia Pop. I'm not going to have enough room to show you guys everything. Move that up. And then our Summer Splash. Ta-da! I really like these. I think they came out super duper cute. Each one is a little bit different. Lots of great ideas. I'm going to take pictures of all the cards and I will post them on my Facebook page. Tell me which one you really like the best. And I will also share this video on my YouTube, because now Facebook is only keeping videos for 30 days and then they take them off, unfortunately. So I am putting all my videos on my YouTube channel. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, make sure that you do, because then you have access to all of my videos. I think these really came out well, and I'm in love with the stamp set. Honestly, I hadn't played with it a whole lot. I used the sentiments, but not a whole bunch. But I am really in love with it. Middle bottom one, so Gail likes this one, and Lori likes the Petunia card. I think probably that one. Yep. Thanks guys for joining me. Now if you're local to me, if you're watching this and you're local to me, I do host classes every month, and my next class is next Saturday. So that is happening, and also I am having a stamping retreat in July, and so customers are welcome, fellow demonstrators are welcome, my team members attend. I'm doing it in July. It's going to be a Friday, I believe it's the 18th, and then I'll do a Saturday the 19th. I can accommodate up to 18 people for each class, so let me know if you would like to attend. It's just fun to come. I pamper you. I provide breakfast and lunch, and you make 8 projects. We play bingo, and there's prizes. It's always fun. So I still have spaces available if you would like to do that. Thanks everyone for joining me tonight, and if you haven't shared the video, please do that. That always helps people find me, and we just share the love of card making. And so I hope you have a great weekend, and I will hopefully, Lord willing, see you next week. All right? Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Love you guys.